Okay, this is gonna be a difficult one. Hiruko.
Fight!
Can't believe I was not in range for that. Come on, what? Ah, that was a clutch one. Do people sleep on Sakura, or am I the only one that thinks she's good?
Fight!
Well, without tournament results or massive buffs in the patch notes, people will automatically sleep on characters. Up! I have no idea why I did that. Out! That was horrible. I wanted to do a media and I failed.
Round 2.
Earlier when he hit me, that was just really bad. Oh my god, what am I doing? Yeah. Honestly though, nah, I should have gone in for the kill. That was a mistake. I gave him a free out with the critical art. Now he doesn't have resources, but could have won. How? That was a clutch one. That was a good match, yes. Whatever happened to with Dalsum, people crying he got nerfed to death. And yet, in the latest CPT US tournament, 2 Dalsums made top 8, right? Like, it's absolutely, I think Dalsum players are worse when crying about their character than Kami players. It blows my mind because Dalsum has always been a good character. And they still cry about, why do I not get this absolutely ridiculous conversion from light attacks? Oh, why do I... oh, my corner pressure got nerfed. Think about that. Dalsum players complained about throw corner pressure getting nerfed as Dalsum. You're playing a zoning character. Absolutely ridiculous. I think Poison Maze generally agree that Poison is good. Poison is usually put in like within top 5, right, of the player base. I think what happens with Dalsum is different though. If you put Dalsum like really high on a tier list, Dalsum players will immediately come to the rescue to explain to you that he doesn't have a Shoryuken and therefore he's bottom 5. Like 100% of the damage is coming from jump-ins. I wonder how this matchup is now with the current version of the game.
Win.
The matchup has always felt so inconsistent because it's basically dependent on jump-ins. And the weirdest part is I think it's dependent on jump-ins for both players. I think both players are kind of like incentivized to jump in all the time.
Fight.
Wow. I knew I was gonna go in. Oh wow, that was a risk. That was a risk, but he knew it was that was the time to take that risk.
Fight.
Did you see that? The entire match was decided on jump-ins and the anti-air of them. The entirety of the match was decided on it. It's crazy to me that this is a thing. All of the matches are decided not on the ground, but on jump-ins and the anti-airs. It's so stupid.
Showtime! I got you! Ora, ora, ora! Take off! Was it good for you? Hit it!
It's so easy to lose the ground game against her.
Not done yet!
How did she interrupt that string? That's a tight string.
Not done yet! Not done yet!
I was winning when Ryu wasn't that good though. Yeah, I was winning in ranked. Ranked is not a measure of skill. You can pick the worst character in the game and go to Warlord. Does that mean that character is good? No, it doesn't mean that.
Right there! Not done yet!
Ah, Momochi footsies. Do you see that?
Not done yet! Kick some ass!
Not quite in range.
You're in my way!
Samurai and Momochi showed Ryu is easy top tier. You can win with Ryu. You can win with Ryu. Can you win tournaments with Ryu? Yes, you can. I'm not sure like what Samurai did to show that Ryu is a good character. The problem that I see with Momochi is exactly what I predicted when the patch went live. Can Ryu win now? Yes, because a lot of the matchups have really turned out to be, like, most matchups are really either in Ryu's favor or absolutely doable, right? That's good if you want to have success on a competitive level. The problem that I see is Momochi ran into one bad matchup and had to switch a different character to win. That's where the question is Ryu one of the best characters in the game? Well, do the top 5 characters in the game require secondaries in order to win tournaments? And I think the answer is clearly no. If you have a character that is really good, but then if you run into a bad matchup you can't win anymore, that's a problem. And it's a sign that Ryu is not top 5. I think anyone who's arguing that Ryu is top 5, they're seeing a good matchup being played out really one-sided in favor of Ryu, and then they're like, oh, there's like nobody can beat Ryu now. And then you run into a poison on a competitive level, and then you can't win anymore. So I think the only reasonable discussion that we should be having is Ryu just outside of top 10 or within top 10? I think that's a reasonable discussion to have. I think he's just outside of top 10. I can name 10 characters that would do better in tournaments than Ryu still. And this is exactly what the point that I usually try to make, Strange Hell. Because here's the thing, I haven't really thought about, okay, who's currently the top 10 characters? And I said, maybe we could answer the question from my own perspective a little bit better if I just make a tier list soon, right? Because I also agree that it's probably not that difficult to find 10 characters that can do better at a tournament compared to Ryu. NL has beaten Daigo's Guile first to 3 2 times. Therefore, Ryu is top 10 because he beat a top 5 character. It's such a flawed argument. You do realize Fang in Season 1, at least that's my opinion, but Fang in Season 1 beat Ryu. That doesn't make Fang a good character in Season 1. Yeah, but why are you bringing it up? I think like Ryu absolutely has the capabilities of beating Guile. I don't think it's one of the problematic matchups for Ryu. So if you're playing Ryu and you meet a Guile at a tournament, not a problem. You can do this. Like figuring out, by the way, like guys, figuring out who the strong and weak characters are is always based on assumptions. We all have our we all have our subjective view and experience. There's no such thing as a perfect tier list because we lack data. We lack a lot of data. So we're trying to guess in a lot of, like, we're just trying to guess. So you can make, like, you can have hot takes all the time. They're going to be fine because there's not going to be any data to, well, show how ridiculously wrong you are, right? This is why I used to not do tier lists until I realized people don't make tier lists because they want to, wow, I didn't mean to do that, but I guess that worked. Not quite sure. I think I could have done so much better in this round. I just realized he has V-Skill too, so 3 fireballs for me. Try to do immediate attack. Did you see that? I'm kind of pissed about that. That would have been the perfect. Just messed up the timing. I think Juri is a good example of a character that has been proven at tournaments to be able to do damage as a secondary. So there are some matchups that you can absolutely play as Juri, but I mean, I'm not a main. I'm not a Juri main. So, does she have a lot of really bad matchups that you can't overcome? Hard to say. Does Ryu absolutely annihilate Cammy? Yes. But I still don't like the Cammy matchup, by the way. I think Cammy on high level is really stupid because it's all about flipping coins on jump-ins.